So this is something that's been talked about a little bit in College World 26 I've seen by other creators, but I want to give my take on it and also just kind of why this can make the game weird and also what you need to know so you're prepared on offense and on defense. So right now I'm just going to call a random play on offense and we'll go and let's call all go from gun wing trio. I'm just in practice mode here, but this applies across the board. If I hold my right trigger and show my play art, I can see my offensive line pass protection and my plan as a whole. But notice something a little bit weird right here. I already have a half slide to the left. This came stock in the play. This is totally built into the play call I choose. And if I audible my play to stick, I now have base blocking. And if I audible my play to a play action play, I now have a half slide to the right. This is incredibly odd and an incredible big change because it really changes the way, one, on offense, we block things, and then on defense, how do we blitz things? Because in the past, you could assume the same blitz would work against every offensive play unless they came out in a different protection, right? Unless they actually went out to the line of scrimmage and made adjustments to the protection. But now each play has drastically different blitz setup, or rather pass protection. So what is the significance of that? Well, this blitz right here, we'll say hypothetical, this is a really good blitz. It's not, but a hypothetical. This could work great against default Madden 25 protection, but it's not good against half slide left. And so by accidentally on offense choosing a play that has half slide left, guess what? I have now blocked this blitz without even realizing it. And now the defensive player thinks that this blitz sucks, even though in reality the blitz works against everything except for half slide left, which randomly got selected. That adds a huge layer of just, I don't even know. It just adds a huge layer of variables to how you now have to play offense and select your play calls in this game. Like it changes a ton on defense because a blitz now has to be good against every protection almost for it to be good, or you're gonna randomly get it picked up, which is really, really odd. But then on offense, this also adds an extra layer of what the heck's going on. Let me explain. Because if I have a stock play like this, and let's say in this case, my stock play is a half slide left, that might actually let up a blitz from the right side. An example of that might be, and we're just kind of, ad libbing as we go here, but let's say we have a corner blitz off the right, and my stock protection is a half slide left. Well, this actually might let this blitz in. It doesn't there, but I think you can get the idea. Whereas under any other circumstances, it would not be there. It would not get free. So we're adding a variable to our blocking to where now I think my opponent has this overpowered, has this really good, just unstoppable blitz. When in reality, I'm actually calling a play that is letting him come free. The most similar thing I can think of this to is in the past years, if you would call something like if you would call play action play and let the play action ride through, like something like PA read, because these play action plays would a lot of times get you sacked because of how bad the animations were. So a blitz would look like it's really good when in reality it was bad. It was just the play action you were running was letting the blitz actually come free on you, if that makes sense. That's something we want to very much avoid happening when we're on offense. So what do we need to do on offense at the start of every play? And I recommend when I say at the start of every play, literally at the start of every play, what we're going to do is call our offensive play. Okay. If our running back is on a play action, we're going to get rid of that play action. So we're going to hot route him or block him or whatever. And then we're going to hold left bumper and go down on the left stick. Now, in actual games, and right now I have a play action play, so it doesn't show it very well. In an actual game, it doesn't always immediately take that the first time. So what you might have to do is hold left bumper down the left stick and then click in the left stick again or click left bumper just to bring down that screen. And we're going to set up base blocking every single time. Why? Two reasons. One, we want to consistently have the same blocking on the field so that we know if a blitz is coming in on just fluke, right? Because I call it a play that happens to have a half slide right, or if it's coming in because of, hey, this is like a decent blitz, right? So we're going to base block every single time. So then we always have this. So we're not going to accidentally let a blitz in. The second reason is that base blocking is actually just really good in this game. It messes up a lot of the loops that we see. A lot of people are trying to do these types of loops where they blitz somebody and then they kind of drag them over manually and then loop. The base blocking does a pretty good job of like taking away those loops and just taking away the style of blitzing as a whole. So For me, I just highly recommend that you do it because it's just the best, like, base blocking is ironically the best base blocking, right? You'll see one other style of blocking a lot, which is empty blocking. This, I recommend not doing it. So if we look at something like drag slot fade, empty blocking is going to look like this, where it has the dotted lines from the offensive line. I think you avoid this. Go left bumper, down the left stick, get base blocking every single time. Now, the next tool in our toolbox is actually what a lot of people have done for years, and I love that it's not as good anymore. Is they would take their user, right? This is hypothetical. Um, the defense wouldn't look like this, but you get the idea. They take their user and stand in the gap like this. Well, this is no longer effective because we can now base block. We could untarget that defender, wire triangle, and then put that flame over top the user to tell our offensive line to not go get him, to not worry about him. All right. Now, in this case, they have a numbers advantage. So I would, can I motion block? Let me motion. There we go. So I'd do something like this, block. And now we're not being confused by that user defender, which in every single Madden to college football in the history of ever, they would have been. So we have the addition of base blocking to get our blocking to always be the exact same. Right there, it didn't register. And it's not, it won't register this time now. We get it this time? Okay, for some reason it's not registering. Little bug in the game. Awesome. We're gonna base block every time to always get our blocking the same, and then from base blocking, we're gonna be able to essentially build from there. Okay. So from base blocking, I then can untarget. That's one of the main things you'll probably do. If you ever see somebody kind of hovering around the line of scrimmage, you base block, and then you're going to untarget. So you base block, left bumper L1, down the left stick, and then left bumper L1, wire triangle, and you're going to select this flame icon and put it over the user's head. If you flick up on the right stick, you can also do this, so you don't even have to bring up the menu. So just a little fun fact for you that I actually haven't started doing, but you could. But watch right here. We base block, or we base that was crazy. The untarget feature allows that left end to come free. Now also let somebody else come free. Just I think it kind of bugged out because it was an overload. But you kind of get the idea of what that goal is. Now the next style of kind of tool that we have in our toolbox is IDing the mic. This is a pretty fluky feature, but it is something I want to point out where we can base block and then IDing the mic will do a good job of telling your halfback to pick up that guy. Or in this case, it's just gonna tell your offensive line to be more aware of that guy. And you see them actually pick up that looper right there, and we're able to keep him from getting the backfield. To ID the mic, we're just going to, again, first base block, but then left bumper L1, hold A or tap A or X, and then we're able to get this M icon. And we can even pair all these together where we go like this now. Let me set the mic again. Sometimes in practice mode it can be buggy, but you see we have the mic on the left guy, untarget the right guy, and let's see, does this, yeah, we untargeted the left guy. He does get picked up late because we had the extra blocker, which is nice because you can untarget somebody, but if you have the extra blockers and they realize that guy's coming in late, you can block him, which is cool. So I just want to showcase that and give you a few different things with blocking this game. I know it can be very frustrating if you just don't know. And with that being said, boys, I will see you guys all in the next video.